It stands at 18 days. Every team is a work in progress at this point in the preseason, and that includes Northview. Justin Feldkamp has the latest on the Wildcats.
Don't look now, but Northview wants to look forward this season. Last year, the Wildcats only won 2 games.
Going 2-8, you got a chip on your shoulder, and I think we're ready to prove it this year.
What makes you believe that you guys are capable of doing just that?
Just having some seniors back on the line and experienced quarterbacks. We got some new receivers, but we're ready to prove it.
Cat Stadium is under construction, and so is Northview's roster. 22 seniors graduated, 3 starters are back on offense, 6 on defense. In his 3rd year, head coach Greg Silm will need to see production from unproven players, including expected starting quarterback junior Connor Peja.
He kind of grew into his body finally, which helps. Last year he was real stiff. His footwork was real stiff, and he didn't move great at times. And you could tell that he was kind of questioning himself a lot as a sophomore. Got a big arm, really good arm, but the rest of the body wasn't quite there. And he made a lot of steps in that aspect of this year. His footwork has gotten a lot better, which is putting himself in a better place to deliver the ball where it needs to be. And it's not just all arm strength.
How'd you get that done? Were you working with a trainer or people here, coaches here, or what?
I was working with coaches here too, and I was also just mainly stuff myself. I mean, online you got everything nowadays.
Northview will also rely upon guys like Gavin Rorick, Brady Nicholson, and Quentin Wilson.
We graduated, like I said, 4 receivers last year who all started for 3 years. So we graduated a lot of guys there. We got a lot of running backs, so we'll be rotating some guys in there. Might look a little bit different for us this year, but we're based on the same principles we've been since I was here and learned from Coach Downing. And we're gonna be tough and physical. That's been our big message in the offseason is we just weren't tough enough and more physical enough to win games last year. We play one of the best leagues in Ohio, Northwest Ohio for sure. When you line up against Findlay, Perrysburg, those are league games for us. We know we're not going to be as big as those teams, so we definitely have to be as tough as possible in order to give ourselves a chance against bigger, stronger opponents at times.
In their 10 games this year, Northview will face 9 teams that made the playoffs last year.
Right out the gate with Southview, who was a playoff team last year. Clay, who's got a Division I quarterback and a really good team around him. We got no easy weeks, and they know that. There's not a Friday night that we can show up and be like, okay, we're going to be a heavy favorite here. We're going to be the underdog most weeks. They know that. You can't go 2-8 and then all of a sudden expect people to just respect you and expect you to be, the team to beat. So our mantra kind of all year is we're going to be small, but we got to outwork everybody. We're going to be in the best shape, and we got to outwork everybody and make sure we're mentally focused and know what we're doing.
They're really pushing us this year, so it's exciting to get to work. They're doing extra conditioning for us, and I think it's really good for the program.
I like that the guys this year, I'd say we're a lot more closer. We do a lot more stuff outside of football, just not football itself. I'd say there's a lot more leaders than there were last year.
Overall numbers are down as it pertains to roster sizes for the freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior classes here at Northview. But Coach Silm and the rest of the coaching staff tell me that they're optimistic for the 7th and 8th grade upcoming classes, which are considerably bigger. In Sylvania, with the Wildcats, Justin Feldkamp, BCSN.
The Battle of Sylvania takes place at Wildcat Stadium in Week 1. Week 4, Northview will host Lima Senior in the NLL City League crossover. Wrapping up the first half of the schedule on the road against Bowling Green. Second half gauntlet begins at home hosting Perrysburg, then back-to-back road games with Springfield and Whitmer, and rounding out the season with 2 tall tasks at home hosting Anthony Wayne, then Findlay.